What's up, everybody? King of Fomo here, coming at you with your daily crypto update. Today I want to talk about Coder, the Pocket Network, and why I am super bullish on the Pocket Network token overall. Now, full disclosure here, guys, I am bullish on the crypto space in general. So a lot of the numbers that I'm going to be looking at are numbers assuming that we haven't reached the eternal all-time high of crypto. I do believe that most coins will get to their all-time highs again, if not higher. So we're going to look at some of the numbers projected here on what I've been making with Pocket Network and with Coder. Now, the other disclaimer here, guys, is that I am talking about the earnings that you can make with Pocket Network with the Coder platform in general. So there's other things out there like Thunder Pocket, running your own nodes, and doing these other different methods are going to probably get you significantly more or significantly less Pocket, depending on how your setup is. But if you do want to join Coder, it's pretty simple, and I'll give you guys kind of the instructions on how to get involved with these guys, because it could be a little confusing if you're trying to get here and it says it's all locked up. It's not really locked up. So the first thing that we can take a look at is my earnings. So you can see that my earnings with all of my different nodes, currently I've made my way up to 5 nodes, and I'm going to continue to keep compounding here for the foreseeable future. But you can see the amount that I've earned in the past 7 days from most of my nodes and the past 24 hours from most of my nodes. Now, if we take a look at just Pocket Scan right here, the average earned in Pocket today is about 67.6 Pocket tokens. I believe there's some more data here that tells you the average. Let me see if I can find it here. But yeah, so right here on Coder's website, it says about 74 Pocket tokens earned in the last 24 hours. Now, with my 5 nodes in particular, it does match up to about 74 tokens. Of course, some of my nodes have a little bit more, 117 in the past 24 hours from my first node, and some of my nodes have a little bit less, 20 from my second node. And these are in between about 74 on average. So if you do decide to run a node, keep in mind that results will vary on a day-to-day basis, and part of that factor on how much you're going to be earning is just straight up luck. So you have to have a good setup if you're going to set it up yourself. But with Coder, it does come down to just straight up luck, because most of their setups are pretty much the same, and your luck is going to give you either more or less or about the average amount of Pocket that you're earning on a daily basis. But as I'm going to be getting more of these nodes, I'm going to be hitting that average much more consistently. So let's just take a look at some more things right here. So in the past 7 days, I've made 1,128 Pocket tokens. Now we're going to round up to about $1 per Pocket token, even though Pocket's sitting at about 81 cents right now. It's going to be easier to look at things at the value of $1. So with the value of $1 in 7 days, I made about $1,128 from that. Now, each node, again, in case you guys are curious, each node, it costs about 15,000 Pocket, or 1,000. Let me just type the number in here. So let's see, 15,000 Pocket, which is going to come up to about $12,247 at the current price per node. Now, one of the really cool things is your Pocket node, in my opinion, could pay for itself in just 1 month. That's why I'm trying to stack up as much of these Pocket nodes as possible, as quickly as possible, because the rewards will decrease over time, and it's going to take longer to get ROI. But I think 1 month turnover to get ROI, or to pretty much double your money, because you're not depositing and losing what you're putting in here, because I can take out all of this Pocket and I can sell it. But you're making about 15,000 Pocket tokens in 1 month. So how did that, or $15,000 in 1 month. So how did I get those numbers? I know it might be a little confusing, so let's just kind of go over that in a more simplified way. So you can see right here, $1,128 per week is what I'm making from my 5 nodes, which is pretty dang cool. Now, if each node cost about $1,000 or $12,000, and I'm running 5 nodes on here, I'm going to pay for 1 node in 1 month. How did I get that? So 1,128, if we multiply that by 4, so let's go ahead and just do the math right here. $1,128, and we're going to multiply that by 4. You're getting $4,512 or 4,512 pocket tokens in a month's time span. Now, again, like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm overall optimistic on the crypto space in general. I do think we'll hit all-time highs for most of the relevant tokens sometime in the near future, in the next year or two at the max. So this $4,512 is actually going to be that multiplied by 3. So because the previous all-time high for Pocket Network is $3.11. So let's go ahead and see what that amount is. Multiply that by 3, and you're looking at $13,536 per month from the 5 nodes that I'm running. Again, that's going to pay for approximately 1 node per month. And all those prices are dependent on getting to all-time highs, buying the nodes at the prices of where they are right now. So, the general sense of this is, and what I'm kind of trying to say is, I'm trying to get as much of these nodes as cheap as possible so that I can reap the rewards and cash out as expensive as possible. Now, $3.11 might not be the tippity top point for Pocket Network. We could see $5, we could see $6. So those profits are going to multiply even more with that alone. But nonetheless, even if we just see the prices right now, even if we're looking at just a dollar per pocket token in the future, still $1,128 per week from 5 nodes is pretty dang good. Now, taking a look at some other statistics here just before I kind of close out here and kind of summarize my bullishness on this token overall, we can see that the pocket price we're not going to really look at too much. I talked about that enough. The amount of relays that we're seeing per day is continuing to increase. You can compare this number with other YouTubers' videos talking about the relays per day. Just look at that number, and that means more and more networks and more calls for the Pocket Network are being used on a daily basis. Looking at some other details, in the past 24 hours, it looks like the Polygon network is using Pocket Network the most in terms of getting relays, followed by the Harmony network, and then other networks like Ethereum, XDAI, and Fuse. Like I said, the average pocket that we're seeing has been around this point of about 74 pocket tokens per day, but that can be a lot higher or a lot lower. But overall, like I said, guys, the rewards will be decreased in the future if you guys are following along with the Discord to seeing kind of how that works. So that's my general plan, guys, and like I do think that Pocket Network is going to stay relevant over time, but of course there is a risk. It could be replaced by something better. It could just be irrelevant in the future. But based on what I'm seeing, the same case of kind of what my prediction that I made with Polygon about a year and a half ago, when I was at about 30 cents and it went up to close to $3. I do think that Pocket Network will stay as relevant as like Polygon has been when I first made that prediction. So if you guys haven't taken a look at this, this is one of my big time earners for the year and my big calls for the year. So I will be trying to compound as much of these nodes as possible before we get to that point of no return where the rewards do decrease, and I'm going to stack up as much of these tokens as possible. Now, if you guys are using Coder, I'll end the video off with this. There's a couple of features here that I haven't talked about. They do have an auto compound feature available. Now, personally, I don't really think that you should enable auto compound unless you are going to go completely passive with this and not look at it for upwards of 6 to 8 to 12 months, and you're going to try to compound that way. Or if you have probably more than 8 or 9 nodes with Coder, then it might be a useful feature to turn on. But honestly, I don't have it turned on because I don't have enough nodes. I'm not accumulating enough to compound. It's going to take me about maybe 6 months to do this. Maybe less than that if I have auto compound turned on. So nonetheless, I can just keep getting the pockets sent to my offline wallet, and then with that offline wallet, I can just request another node. So the auto compound feature is great for those of you who have long-term goals with this or have a lot of nodes running already. So cool feature right there. It's just going to basically automatically give you or automatically put you in the queue to receive a new node. So cool feature. I haven't talked about that yet. Now, if you guys do want to actually get a node here, what's going to happen when you click on or when you make an account in here and you give them your credit card and information, all that stuff, which you don't actually need to do, it's not going to actually use that unless you request for it to be used. But you can go over to here where it says add more Pocket Validator nodes. And when you do that, it should say that, or it'll probably say we're out of nodes. But don't panic. What you need to do if you do want to run a node with Coder is just email support right here. So just email the support, say, hey, I have this much Pocket tokens. I want to start running this many nodes. And they're going to put you in line. So they'll say, all right, your nodes will be ready in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month, less time, more time. And then you can get started running your nodes like that. So that's how you can get started with Coder. I'm not really recommending anything else. I know that there's tons of other stuff out there. And you know, if you guys have the technical know-how to do all that, and you probably already clicked off of this video by now. But that is everything for today, guys. I wanted to give you guys an update on that. We have a lot more passive plays that I've been doing in the background, but this is one of the big ones that I've been making enough to kind of roll my profits into other stuff. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, and if you're not a member of my Patreon yet, there are some cool perks to being a patron, like I talked about with Zombie Network and a few other things, NFT giveaways and things like that. So consider joining that Patreon community if you want to support me and become more entrenched in the crypto space. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.